Welcome aboard, everyone.
What exactly is AlgoBox, and why do our traders absolutely love it?
Michael Othrew.
Alrighty then, good morning everybody. Let's get to it. Don't forget, trading is risky and all that business. My name is Vinny Emini. If this is your first time with us, you have been missing out, but it is great to have you aboard with us. Pop your questions there in the chat. Get into our 8-day boot camp because you're going to be a little bit lost on like what is going on here. What are all these things? What is this little graphical monstrosity doing over here? What are these green crosses doing here? What is this enigma I hear of? What is this super AO play setup that you're talking about? What are these? Speaking of things, we are sitting on the nope in line here, okay? And so we're gonna have a little bit of time here to chat about things, so welcome aboard. It is Wednesday. One of the most important things about this Wednesday today is it is an FOMC Wednesday. I like to call it Fear of Market Conditions Day, but at 2 o'clock today, the FOMC meeting minutes are going down. How do we know that? Let's zoom back out here. And actually, I don't need to zoom back out. I'm just going to bring this chart over for right now because we got some time. I don't have to put my fingers on the triggers. We still have about 23 minutes till the U.S. Open, so we've got our trusty AlgoBox news indicator on our charts here. So we've got these printed up on one of my charts on screen. AlgoBox, everything you need, nothing you don't. You do need to know when the news events that are scheduled, and there are websites out there that do this for you, and we've just kind of consolidated them here on your charts. This is the big one today. See, it is marked in red, the red FOMC meeting minutes. This is today. So I've got a video around this. If you want to search into AlgoBox FOMC, that would be a good way to search for it, but I have sort of some guidelines around this type of day. Now, there's no guarantee. I can't tell you today is going to be exactly like this, but I remember everything that you're learning here from us. This is for education, entertainment purposes only, and trading is risky, all of that business. I'm here to show you how I approach the markets. I'm not telling you you have to do that. Everything that I'm saying here, I'm teaching myself. I am talking to a younger version of myself going, hey, younger Vinny, this is daddy who's got 20 years experience in the industry now. Let me tell you how I would do this type of thing. So I am here. It's FOMC day. My main objective for me is I'm going to trade toward the golden ropes on 2 time frames. Which are they? The highest time frame on the 89 and the wave chart. Now, if you've gone through our training, you know about the tide and the wave charts. That's what we refer to them as. We use a multi-time frame trading strategy where we've got multi-confluence, multi-time frames markets are fractal, higher time frames, going to lower time frames, and all that kind of stuff. We look for high time frame opportunities, lower time frame risks. That's how we do it. Now, on FOMC day, though, I need to go to some of the highest time frames, and I want to trade toward the golden ropes on the higher time frames. Not necessarily that important on the lower time frames, but I'm going to be looking for some opportunities toward those golden ropes. Now, this is one of the higher time frames. This is our optimized range that we put out yesterday on Monday. Every Monday, we optimize. That is another thing that separates us from a lot of other groups. We will do one of the optimizations for you at the very beginning of the week and get your system all tuned up for kind of what the current market conditions are. And then, yeah, so this week it's 39 for the NASDAQ. Now there's a whole chart on that, and you can learn how we do that. Each instrument is different, so each instrument has its own tuning for the week as we start the week. Let's see, yesterday was Tuesday. Did I say yesterday? I forgot to do it. We're already at Wednesday. I think I said yesterday, but no, on Sunday evening, Monday, before the US Open, on the first day of the week, we have those posted. So 39 range. We are actually sitting on the golden ropes. So again, right now, I don't know. I'm going to be looking to short the highs into the golden ropes area, and I'm going to be buying the lows up into it. Now, look at this beautiful HMD. That is a power HMD, Gartley with the Fibella dot inside of it. Perfect precision entry location there for that up move back inside. That move to that location, that's 118 ticks using our measuring tool there. Pretty nice. One of the things I wanted to change recently, I need to set this back to my defaults. Give me just one moment here. The dawn. Nope, that wasn't it. I think it's the dawn too. Template. Load. Dawn 2. Couldn't remember which one it was. The green. Ah, that's so nice. All right, I like to read it in the green. I'm going to go ahead and set this as my default now. And if I hit save as default, that will do that into the future. All right. 118 ticks up inside just for a normal FOMC day. So if you've been trading there this morning, you might have already had that trade opportunity high time frame. Now, low time frame risk. This is the lowest time frame I'm currently on, which is the AlgoBar 4s. And if you've gone through our training program, you know we don't use time charts around here. Time charts, I personally believe, time charts are where every great trader goes to pew pew. You know what I mean? All right. Good morning, Don. Let's get the chat on screen here. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, Jay-Z. Good morning, Brian. Is the FOMC going to happen since the government is shut down? Oh, it's a good question. I was hearing talks that they were bringing it back online. They're talking about getting back pay for the people for the days that it was off. Is it back on? I guess that is my first question. I was outside yesterday, most of the day after our stuff going out, and we built a trampoline for the kids. I kind of posted a couple of videos there in the public chat of our adventures of building out a trampoline in the backyard. So my nose is a little wonky here this morning. Got some allergy stuff going on. But yeah, catch me up. Basically what I'm saying is I am not fully caught up on all the news. Not that you really have to be fully abreast of the news, but hey, you know, let's talk about it. Let's speculate. Let's have some chats. Is the U.S. government back online? Good morning. Hey, for the record, there is no trade called the Gardy. I'm not. Well, that's what's funny. That's what I mean. But see, here's what's happening around that. So yesterday when I'm talking about that is like, let's also try not to create confusion in our room. I've mentioned this, and sometimes, you know, a lot of time goes by and we haven't had, like, everything is going so smoothly. We got to get things off track at some point, right? Like some things, it was almost too smooth. It's been too smooth. Then all of a sudden we are getting some I'll call it creep. Now they say scope creep when you're doing projects, but this is like information creep, where we're getting away from the source. There was a video at some point, and I don't know which one it is. I don't even know if it's in our training series, but let's talk about it again. is here's my rule of thumb around stuff in our room. There's a lot of people in our room, a lot of people chatting, a lot of people are going to be showcasing their trade setups and things of this sort. My biggest help to anybody here who's coming in, if it didn't come from me, take it with a grain of salt when it comes to our trading platform. Now, if you want to talk about every other thing or whatever, that's fine. But when it comes to the trading strategies that are here, it would be helpful if everybody is speaking the same language. This is like how, like this is militaristic style, do it this way or else type of scenarios. At the same time, like I told you at the very beginning, we're all big kids, all right? We're big boys and girls. Everybody's adults here. And you trade your way at the end of the day. But if you're trying to learn and you are hearing, well, this guy says this and this guy says that, and Gardy says this and Plutonium says this and this person says it. No, it's not. It is not that confusing. And when people are trying to bring that confusion, I've got to put my foot down and go, get back to the basics here, folks. Do not say things the wrong way. And what I mean by this, though, let's put this on the people who are all learning too, is if it didn't come from me, we've already said, you know, if it didn't come from me, take it with a grain of salt. But let's go the other side of that is, if you're going to give advice to somebody, it needs to, if they did not say, Vinny teaches blah, blah, blah. Vinny says blah, blah, blah. Now, even take that with a grain of salt. Some people have got that wrong. And this is one the other day, like, you know, one of our main, I don't say main members, but one of our members who is doing very well. Papa Doze, hold on. Sorry, I know it's Papa something. Hold on. Papa Dazer. Papa Dazer, open parentheses, CGACM, close parentheses. Okay. Yeah, you guys in your names, I'm telling you. You guys want me to remember everything. Yeah, Papa something. All right. Papa, blah, 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 Papa something. He types in a room all the time. Look, he was way off on some of his conversations the other day. At the same time, though, he's crushing it. He is absolutely crushing it, but he's saying a few things the wrong way, which means I either haven't taught it well enough, which I take responsibility for. I'm gonna hit control all, remove drawing objects here, and I needed to talk about that topic anyhow because he's off, and I'm pretty sure he's like a different name in the chat in our Discord than he is over here on YouTube too, Brian Hendricks. All right, so here's my point. Is you guys have massive expectations of me to remember everybody and personally by name, and I do. I really try to. I care about each one of you. I want you to succeed. That is why the urgency and the emphaticness that I push. I am emphatically going to speak to you about certain topics and scenarios. Now, some things are like, I know that Papa Doe, I don't know, Dizzy, Papa Dizzy, Dazer, Hendrix, Brian, whatever this 50,000 names is, that's why he's just confused. I'll tell you something. He's confused because he's dazed and confused talking about the movie series because his names are all different everywhere too. Keeping track of all your different names and do, I would be confused too. So what he was doing was he was confused by this topic. Are you ready? Let's cover this topic because you might be confused about this too. If you have watched some of my previous trainings, we want to take a zone. If price has come up into an area and kind of done like this, we can go, okay, I want to draw maybe a box around this zone. Now, sometimes inside one of these zones, we are going to have an event. That event is going to be down here on the Flowmaster Delta. And all of a sudden we have a spike in here like this. Okay, we want to pay attention to this on two numbers, according to me. Now, first of all, I'm teaching you how I do it. Okay, if this number is 500 or more, I want to eyeballs on. Okay, if it's less than that, I mean, this doesn't apply. Okay, and it can be, you know, relative. Okay, but what I have taught is if it's 500 or 1,000, and you will see this consistently. You will watch some of these spikes come in and you're like, okay, I want to make a note of what leg that is. So if prices come into this zone, and then right here, from here to here, it goes doot, 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 doot. You're over here looking at this, but what I want to do is eyeballs right here. This meant something. Okay, now what we talk about this is I start out with the concept of a defense leg.
Forget that's Muslims text.
Some kind of news event coming out here. Somebody's text. Okay. So we look for a spike in the delta on the Flowmaster system. Now, I want to make a note of that, so I will draw up this zone. Now, because it was green, now I actually want to mark this area as green. So I will then come back and highlight this instead of yellow, aka neutral. I'm going to make this whole area kind of a green tint to this whole space. Now, let's talk about what that means. First, I want to identify the zone, and then I call it, in this case, if it's green, then it is a bull. If it is red, I'm going to call it a bear. Let's only talk about one side of this for right now, so as to not cause confusion, but one side bull, other side bear, right? Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get, hopefully you said, slaughtered, okay? Okay, so this is, I will call this a big bear zone, or a small bear. Now, a small would be 500, a large would be 1,000. Simple. So you'll see me label it that way. Okay, now that is sort of a neutral call, but our first expectation is that this now, these guys who control this capital, this is not a small guy. Okay, this is not you and me, mom and pop shop, whatever. We have identified that there's a big guy in there who's going to be at play, who wants to make some money. Now, if we saw that this was green, that means he wants to push the next distribution leg. In general, he wants to push the price up and out of here through a distribution leg. We have taught this before. This is accumulation. We talk about AC/DC. Okay, speaking of people in their rock gardens and their, children who are in rock bands. Okay, AC/DC, accumulation, distribution. Okay, so we accumulate and then we distribute. We want to make our money, hopefully catching a distribution leg, and we're riding this high, and running 100 plus ticks. So on the small side, for a 500, just know on NASDAQ, I'm looking for 125 ticks. Okay, on a big, on 1,000, I'm looking for 250 ticks. Keep it simple. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Now, that means from the middle of this leg right here, where this guy began, I want to measure out 125 or 250, depending on how large it was. In this case, because it's 150, what we're using for example, I'm looking for 125 ticks up here from this blue dot in the center of the leg. I measure 125 ticks, and this is my estimate for where they're going to distribute to make the next accumulation. I am predicting that the next accumulation zone, AC, DC, distribution leg, that it's going to go approximately 125 ticks. That zone up top, I call, and I will mark it the opposing color, because this is where, like, if they've bought it here, then they want to use the move to move it up here. And this zone up top where they're going to go to is what I call a take profit zone. This lies where the confusion comes from. Take your screenshots or roll back the tape on that. We're going to clear screen here, and now I'm going to talk about the take profit zone, where things got to be real confusing the other day for Papa Doe, Dazer, CGC, DM, Brian Hendricks, Matrix, whatever. But when people come in and they are confused by, well, if they paid attention to me, they would know that what Brian Hendricks, Papa, Dazer, XD, CGA, CA, ABCD, FG, HJ, KLM, PQR, SEV, confusion, man of confusion, confused everyone by listening to him instead of listening to me. And while he's saying the improper thing, he's using a term called let out. What does let out mean? Let out. Was the bear let out? Or in this case, it was bull. He's using improper terminology so as to cause confusion. Not on purpose. Maybe he's confused. Maybe because I didn't teach it well enough. I don't know. But let's go to it. So we're talking about the take profit zone. This is called a take profit zone for me. This is how I'm saying, because what? I think that the big bear that was down here, or in this case the small bull,
double delta NQ on the
small bull from the 500 spike, he wants to run this up here, and he wants to distribute and then make money off of those 500 that he bought He now wants to sell them up here, and he wants to make a profit between the zones. So this is his take profit zone. Okay. Now, if the price comes up and out and then comes back, doesn't get in there and comes back down in, the zone below is called, you'll hear me say, it's called the defense zone, or starting with the defense leg that started was the leg where the spike occurred. They want to defend that. So if the price comes back to it, my first expectation is, you'll hear me say, within 2 crosses of the AO, as the price comes back down to the defense leg twice, they will try twice, and this guy will try to defend it because he does not want the price to go down. He wants to make money. But if he ran up and then came back down, he didn't make any money on it because he couldn't get out of his position because he's holding at least 500 contracts. And this is an algorithm that's holding those, okay? He's got the power to push this up here and then give it to the next fool, okay? He needs somebody else to pick up the bag up here. So he's got to make everybody believe that it's going long so he can sell to them. So down here, this is called a defense leg or a defense zone. This up here is still called the take profit zone. If this zone is depleted, meaning instead of it running up, it goes down below it, this is a scenario where if this guy made no money and he's trapped because he's off sides, meaning he went long, but all of a sudden, for whatever reason, for him, the zone doesn't work out for him, comes up, does this, comes into it, he spikes here, he's trying to go long here, but what happens if price comes down here? Is he making money or is he lost, right? He's off sides. Prices come down here. If he's in here long, because he bought like a spiked leg here. Okay, he's sitting in here. Here's his 500. Think about this. Imagine being 500 long here. Okay, you've bought this. Your average price is here, and all of a sudden, do you imagine how much money you're in the hole here, right? So getting let out is being allowed the opportunity to close your position without losing money. This is where the confusion comes from. Getting let out, what is it? And this is where he was using it improperly, which was causing confusion. And even when I was trying to correct it, he still didn't understand what I was saying. So I'm going to go, this is where I'm hoping that this clears it for him and anybody else, because this means I didn't teach it well enough, or they've not been paying close enough attention in my live streams as to what I'm saying when I say get let out. If this guy is long, the prices come down here. These big guys work together, okay? Down here, all of a sudden, a spike in red comes either up in here or anywhere else. These two guys, like, they're not actually, this is sort of, it's like the Republican and Democrat party, okay? They're, in my opinion, both corrupt, okay? They're just two wings of the same bird, pretending like they're battling each other out, okay? But they're high-fiving each other all the way to the bank. So these guys, if he went 500 short down here, and he's like, well, I want to make money by going down, these two guys are communicating in some way, form, or fashion, or they know they're each other's on the tape, or they're battling it out. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you exactly how the mechanism works, but what you will see is there's a scenario where this guy's in the hole. He's in negative, who knows, $50,000, $500,000. And he's like, listen, man, like, I'm going to got to run this back up here real quick. Let me out of my position for zero. Okay. Then why I say that is because, as I've told you before, you will see price come up here and just touch it. He gets one opportunity to get let out. Like, let me out of my position. You understand the feeling? If you understand what I mean by getting let out, like how many of you have been offsides on something and you're like, oh, if it'll just get back to my point of break even. Yes? Getting out means get out at break even. So if this guy needs to get let out of his position, this doesn't mean what Papa Dozy Daisier confusion, Papa Dozier of confusion names, because this whole thing about names is super confusing and you guys don't think that names matter. And then you read the Bible and you're like, people's names meant so much that literally God would change their names so that they wouldn't be called the same thing over and over again. And they called themselves something more glorious than what they were. So Papa Confusion was calling it improperly. And he was saying the take profit zone, he's like, it's going to get to the take profit zone, but he called it saying they're going to get let out. No, they're not. Getting let out means at break even. If he's saying that it's going to get to the take profit zone, that means that they're going to make money. Now, if he wants to say that and that's what it is, that's fine. He can say that. He can. He's perfectly. He's like, well, I've seen days later they'll make money. Okay, that's fine. You make that observation. You want to play that way, and you want to do multi-day scenarios, and you have that. You want to keep track of that over days. That's fine. Maybe that's what the dazer and dazer means. I don't know. But you want to do it over days. That's fine. But don't say it's called getting let out, because getting let out means break even. Okay. So trying to eliminate that confusion, and yes, hopefully at some point we'll put this into a complex video, but this is why I have only gone over this in live stream stuff, and I do it over and over again because it's complicated. I haven't even started to scratch the surface on the rest of this, 250 versus 150 versus when this comes back up into here to get let out and whatnot. But if someone else is saying something opposed to what I've said, I have to correct it, because otherwise, again, then there's even more confusion, and I want less confusion. I want people to know what they're doing. That's the whole point and purpose. We're trying to make things better, not worse. Okay, market's about to open here any second. This is the take profit zone. This is not, if they make it up here, this is not getting let out. Okay, this is making profit. This means they made money. If they have not made money, then they might need to be let out to the tick, which this is where getting let out is where the price comes back up into it just for a touch, and then they continue on down. And he's like, thank you very much. We shake hands. Thanks for break even. You, as the big bear, if you guys are in control, you guys can go and make your money. Thank you for letting me out of my position. That is what getting let out means. It does not mean getting all the way to its take profit zone where they made money. Okay, I need to close out that position. Let's see, this was supposed to have been from yesterday on full auto. No, that is the... let's see, we had to launch my new workspace. Hold on, this is from doing the contest the other day. Okay, let me get my account squared back out here. Be on the right account. Okay, that is the bot account. Okay. Do I have the right one now? Yes. Okay. So that was the bot trade. The bots are up 450. Okay, I am at 0. Markets just opened up 1 minute ago. I like to sit on hands for the first 5 minutes, let the tools do the work. See if I can get this lined up properly. Okay, here we go. We're good. Let me save workspace. Save workspace. The institutional advanced stop strategy. There we go. All right.
Fit.NQ on the 4.
Now, hopefully I haven't created more confusion than I already have. Listen, if you don't know what was going on right there, don't worry about it. Okay, you don't need to know those things. It's an advanced level thing. If you're following along here on the live streams, you'll kind of start to catch on to it. It is an advanced level thing that I do, and you'll need to be around here for a while to really catch on to that. So anyhow, okay, here we go. It is 9:32. We're pushing up and up and up and up, and remember the golden ropes are down below us. High time frame on the 89. Here's where we're sitting. We have been in a pretty, not super tight range there, but for the 89 this is pretty tight there around the golden ropes. And if you have watched my FOMC videos, you kind of know about that. Now we're coming up into the top of the bowl. When we get far enough, yes, I will look for a return to that pre-2 o'clock. So before 2 o'clock today, I'm going to be looking for reversal opportunities back down inside. Let's see. This is the first one from the morning. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot short on that for a 7.1. See if they'll stop at that. We're also at a structural location at the back of a crab here. Going to give this first 7 a shot for a quick short, but currently not happening. We just now got a... this is almost 500. Okay, there's an 8-1 back behind it. I'm going to add to that position. Ready DD, Super AO. I'm going to take half as it comes back to my point of entry because it wasn't a perfect entry. Now I'll look to add to the position as, whoops, I missed the, thought that was a red bar. There's the red bar I should have waited for on the add. Excuse me. Okay, went 20. I'm going to go half because we are... Oh, no, we're neutral. I thought we were green. On that one, I can hold out for 40 ticks, in theory. Okay, or to the opposing signal. That is a green. I'm hoping to see a crack of that. We are neutral. Would love to see us go full red here. This is a DCR 7-1 to 8-1. It's perfectly a 1-2-3 banger. I didn't have a structure play up in there. So we'll look to add as well on a structural play for trade number 1, 1-2-3 banger plus a DCR super AO right there. Well, there's the combo. Oh, that was beautiful. Trade number 1, almost $3,000 on play number 1 there this morning. 5 stones. I'm like David and Goliath. I got my 5 stones, but sometimes you only need 1. Pop them right in the forehead for $3,000. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's 9:35. See. Oh, I'm just kidding. We'll hang out a little bit longer. How's everybody doing? Smash that like button here for me. Let's get rocking. So the combo here on this one, we have the 1-2-3 banger. Plus, we have a super AO. I feel like there's something else. And these are so close together. We have a DCR as well on that play. How we can hold out for a full 40. Beautiful play. Only at AlgoBox. Helps you to, like, well, which bar do you go? And no, not that one, not that one, not that one. No, this one right there. Beautiful, beautiful play there. Thanks, Brandon. Good morning, Douglas. Good morning, Missile. Good morning, Pete. Big Bull TPZ from the 9s in Q hit. Oh, very nice. Okay, so what's Pete saying there? He's talking about this one. You see that spike right there? This is what we're talking about. So here's one in real time. High time frame. So we look at that spike and we look over here to the right and look at it. It's right at 1,000. Okay, you're going to see this a lot, and I take note of these. I tell people, like, let's look at a scenario like this. Mark that leg. And he did. He had marked the leg from this morning like this. And it's 1,000, so he's looking for 250 ticks above. So if he took the blue dot that we said from this morning, takes a blue dot in the middle of the leg right here. Blue's a little bit hard to see, so I'm going to make it yellow here for a minute. Here's the leg. Here's the dot in the middle. Now he's going to measure from this 250 because it was 1,000 leg, right? He measured 250 ticks up top. This is the simple part. 250, and he said TP reached. You see what he said here? He said, big bull, take profit zone. That's what TPZ stands for. Take profit zone from the 9s. I love that he said everything. This is what I love about Pete. Listen, man, I at one point I talked with Pete and asked him if he would come and be a trainer for us. I wish one day he'll take me up on it. He speaks multiple languages. I would love somebody to come in here and teach this stuff. Pete knows it. He says it properly. If you want to listen to somebody in our room who's not confusing, his name is Pete out here in the Discord. Out here on YouTube, and his name is Pete inside of our Discord chat. Zero confusion whatsoever. If you guys shout out for Pete, and it's easy for me to say. So for Pete's sake, get it? Anyhow, he just hit his take profit zone, and there is no confusion in what he said. Literally knew exactly what he's saying. You know why? Because he said it properly as well. He took the time with his words. His mind is sharp. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Take profit zone, 250 ticks, and he said, there it is. Take profit zone reached. Hit the 250, and he said, no surprise that it's going to accumulate. I'm sorry. So they accumulate down here. They run it up here. Now they're going to take profit, hence the take profit zone. And how did he measure it? He said 250, boom, and that's where the pivot turned. Now, you can do multiple things with that. If you're running up and you run it up in there, you've got some place to look for to hold the position to. Awesome. Or if it gets up here, I can also, like I just did, take a reversal in this area because he's probably going to go back and forth in this space. Multiple ways to take that play. Great job. Shout outs to Pete. For Pete's sake, y'all change your names and make it simple. Come on now. Hold to the opposing signal. That's right. You remembered that too. Don James. Also, the myth, the man, the legend. Good stuff. All right. Let's see here. What else we got? So trade number 1. We're looking for winner chicken dinner and a bonus. And by we, I mean me. That's what I'm doing. Okay, you do you.
Down NQ on the 9.
If you want to do it too, I'm just letting you know what I'm doing.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 8 and NQ on the 4.
Okay, there's a DCR. I'm going to short again as they're popping it up here. Now, I don't like that that's a descending number. So that one, when it went 7.9 and 5.2, this one is going to be, ooh, they are really trying to push up in that one. And by try, I mean they're doing it. There's no try to it. So I'm going to try to, I'll say try. I gotta stop saying try. I am hoping that they will bring it back down here to, speaking of let out, like I actually want to be let out of this play. I'm closing that position, all right? I am like, no, if they're going to keep marching it up through that, and generally I want to see the second one slightly larger for a turn, okay? That one, as it's starting to get lower, they want to now make that move sometimes, so a little less excited about that one. They did bring it back down in there. Thank goodness allowed me out. Speaking of, did you see how it goes against me? And now when it comes back to my point of entry, I'm like, okay, it went 30 ticks against me. I'm just looking for an exit. I'm not trying to make money. It's like the shift in mindset from I'm going to make profit to I just need to get let out. This is the difference, which is why it's important. It's literally polar opposite. And like when I was saying to the guys in the room the other day, it's literally the opposite. Like, it's not just a small thing how far off it is. It's literally causing confusion because it was completely the opposite of what I teach. Okay, you're not getting let out by hitting the take profit. You don't need to get let out. In fact, you're just taking profits because you made money. Getting let out means I got out at break even, which is what I kind of pretty much just did right there. I mean, yes, it made a couple bucks on it because I was at 2,900 something, so you know, might have made a buck or two on it, but that's nothing to write home about. Now, what's even nicer about that is on the high time frame combined with the 7.9, had I seen that and also not been gabbing the whole time, I probably would have held that out for some of it, at least part of the position for the drop because of the 7.9 on the high time frame. Okay, blue dot. Be careful on the blue dot. Blue dots call bottoms all the time on their own. Let's see, was that trade? That was trade number 2, but basically it's a wash, so I'm not going to count it. I still want to try to get one more trade here. It's 9:42. Do we have 10 a.m. news? We do. We have 10 a.m. news. We also have 10:30 news. So 2 areas that might bring some volatility for us. Another big bull on the 9s. Good point. All right, so let's draw that one up. Another big bull has come in here, shown his head through that leg. Okay, he wants to make money. That's 1,000. You cannot ignore him. I don't say you cannot. Like, you're feel free to ignore him if you want, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to. So in that take profit zone, they're wanting to run it again. So now what I want to do is middle of that leg. I'm going to measure out 250 ticks above. Right there, 250. So now I want to do a potential zone up above, and that will get us to, is that R1 up top? It is. Okay. So it looks like they could potentially be running this up to R1 up top. I want to make this area, remember before I said I might color it green, so here's what I mean.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Tap it, make it green. And then where they're going to take profit, I usually make it the other color for designations. So they have, this identifies that there is a big bull in here. Where does he want to sell? He wants to take his profits up here. Okay. Now, right now, has this bull, pop quiz, has this bull made money? That's the question. This is what you need to know and understand where there was confusion from before. Did he make money yet? He literally bought right here. Okay, and price is currently here, right? He's made no money, right? He's literally in the red right now. If this price keeps coming down and down and down and doesn't let him out, like, this is where I mean, while to return to that zone, just to let him out of his position, that move up right there is how he would get out of his position, because he's negative, 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 negative. So put yourself in his shoes for a minute and go, is he in the negative? Yes. Make sense? So for him to get out and get let out of his position, he would have to return price to where he originally entered into the position long. He wants to get let right here. But if if bears are going to continue to push it out, the bear will allow him out, let me out of my position at break even. We'll call it square, right? And so here he comes, right? No surprise, we push up and in there. There's a nice enigma right there. I'm too busy, you know, gabbing to have been able to take advantage of that, but there it is. Everybody got it? If you understand it, type a 1. Thank you, Missile. Type a 1. 2 if you're new and still don't get that yet. 2 if you're new, and 3 if you hate me or you just here to troll me. There's plenty of that out there too. The good Lord above says, is a servant greater than his master? He says, heavens, no. He says, so if they hated me, they will hate you also. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. That is what Jesus himself said.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 89.
And the truth was so offensive to people that they put him on a cross. But he knew it. He planned it. And it was the ultimate 4-layer chess. 4D chess going on. What they meant for evil, he used for the good. Let's see. Mega Late Nate, getting delta shifts in here. Big bulls have stepped in there. We are in a zone.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 4.
Neutral currently. Hearing buyers all over that tape, so I'm not looking. That's a headshot, but I'm not gonna take that. We just went into green here, and hearing buyers on the tape. If the buyers step off, maybe if you stay inside that cross. Nope, they went all the way through the cross here. Buyers are all over the tape. You can hear them. Sounds like snap, crackle, pop. That is a super AO. I will give that super AO a shot for my trade number 2. Let's see, hopefully it doesn't go 30 against. That's 18, 22, 23. Want to hear them step off the tape? Come on, get off the tape. They're still on the tape. They're still on the tape. Remember, I'm just doing T1 right now. Why am I only going T1 on this play? Why am I already mentally considering only a target 1 on this? Because we're on strong buy, right? So I'm not trying to shoot the moon here, just trying for a quick shot. If it goes, great. If it doesn't, nope. Okay, I'm closing it out. I'm gonna take the loss on this. It could launch here. That is normally at that high of a level on this one, on the 4s. I'm looking for a short. I will have to have AudioBox come with me, but right now, here's still hearing buyers on the tape all over it. So I'm going to wait. Need to hear them get off the tape. There's buyers call, you know, you just hear snap, crackle, pop, 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 non-stop. 2-try rule if they come back through it. I'm going to press F6 right here.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 30.
I need to hear sellers come in on the tape if that's going to work. We have 11 minutes till the news at 10 a.m. That is going to be a significant level. I'm going to make this a little bit fatter here and might be able to use this during the news event. So I will mark them a little bit larger for myself because sometimes you kind of forget. You're like, oh, what did I draw that line for before? Yeah, Matt against Mac VU. Els 4 if you love a Vinny. Yeah, I like that. Why not? Thanks, Els. How are you, my friend?
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Okay, the bots are up $800, 850, 790. All right, I'm going to flatten the bots here. The bots have been flattened out here. I'm going to turn off full auto. We are about 10 minutes from news. They're up $790. They did a good job. Let's hear it. Everybody give a hand clap for the bots. The bots didn't do too bad there this morning. I'm going to go ahead and turn them off and punch the flatten all button. There were multiple trades open there. I saw it floating around 700, 800, and I was like, that's pretty good. We're at 22222 plus 790. What's the time? 9:50, 10 minutes before the US Open. What's today's date? Today's the 8th. Okay, I'm hearing sellers. Oh man, I'm sitting over here farting around with the the bumpy. I want to press short on that. Is it going to let me have a target one? Oh, I got a terrible entry. Of course. Oif. Oif. I'm in a real bad spot here. So as that sell was chiming in, that's when as the sellers were coming in is where you needed to get, where I needed to get in. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and close up here. Take some profits on that. All right, let's hit generate. Here's the P&L's looking like here today. Little bumpy, learn to love the dips. Today's the 8th. High watermark, looks like around 4,300 on the day there. So far, if we drop that right about there, I feel like I had a different size of this. I'll play with the sizing. Anyhow, this is where we are on the day there. Bloop, 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 bloop. We had our second trade. We have, so winner chicken dinner. About 2,800 there prior to. We've been, let's see, we're about 21 minutes past the US Open. Not too shabby. Could have played that better. Should have been better. Talking. But that was a 2-try rule on a Super AO just by itself. I will take Super AOs on their own. You can have, I've got full auto for these, by the way. You can turn on Super. If you want to do a back test on something, you might want to try this out. Anybody want to, I don't say volunteer, but is anybody interested in doing a Super AO back test? That would be amazing. Obviously, I could do it if I didn't have 4 children and elderly parents right now. I'm in the stage of my life where I don't have a whole lot of time for all of that. I wish I had more time, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, that Enigma kind of getting sliced here. What's the time? 8 minutes before the news. So we still might have time for one more decent play here before the news. Let's see if that's the case. We are hearing a few sellers on the tape. We came back to neutral. ES sitting right on its low time frame golden ropes. As ES points, so NQ goes. ES is kind of literally like dropped in flat right now. I'm just keeping an eye on ES. If you have watched our videos, you know how to use kind of the correlated instruments, and ES being kind of one of the guides particularly. You'll hear me say this a lot. As ES points, whichever way it's pointing, if it's pointing up, NQ go up. If it's pointing down, NQ go down. So as ES points, so NQ goes. You'll hear me say that many times. Diego, good morning. Thanks for saying hello. Hey, Alpha, great to see you. Mr. Manigold. Good morning, good morning. Okay. Enigma gets pierced and comes up to its target. Don't like that. That is ugly. Okay, I know it's like, oh, well, it got to its target. Oh, it's that exciting. Yeah, not really. Not when it's come down here and broken it twice, okay? This is some... not what I want. I like to see it nice and tight. Right now, there are battles going on here at this spot. It's pre-news. We have now 6 minutes till that news event. It's not... I'm doing air quotes here. It's not clean. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a 1, 2, 3 banger. That's one higher. I do want to get a short. If I can get a structure, I can use that piercer dot. If I hear sellers come in on the tape, there was a dot right there. It'll have to break the line. I'm going to move this up slightly to where the dot was. If we break under that and I hear sellers, 1, 2, 3 banger. 1, 2, 3. It's like 0.5 larger. Usually I want like 1. 8.4 would be the ideal. 7.4, I want to see 8.4. Okay, it's close. This is that horseshoes and hand grenades. Does not have to be perfect. Just got to be closest to the pin, right? And I can win even if I'm close to the pin, right? Horseshoes and hand grenades. It is not absolute to the penny type of scenarios, although those are the ideal. But you're not always going to get the ideal conditions in trading. Let's just be honest. It's how it is. It's how life is, really. You're not going to get the ideal scenario in anything. You're just trying to do the best you can, right?
The video for her is on the atomic calendar. We'll pop it on the feed as well.
Awesome, Kit Carson. I hear you. Thanks, my friend. Thank you for typing that out there. You are welcome. Okay, I'm listening for it. 1, 2, 3 banger. I need a structure. The banger is the structure. A piercer could be coming. Here's the dot. If it pierces, I'm in. Nope, it pushed up. Now it has to push 20 ticks for it to be legit. Okay, it did. It's up 20. Okay, so it's not a piercer. I'm looking for a 1, 2, 3 banger. What's the bang? I need a structure. One of the structures could be all the way up there. The top of the channel. And there's the headshot that I want. There's the banger. I'm giving it a shot here. Stop above the cross for a small loss. If it cracks the top, headshot is the banger. Going for it. We are against green. We are against it, so I can only go target 1. I'm looking for 20 ticks. Excuse me. We're gonna crack it. We are 3 minutes to the news. Oh, we're cracking it. Okay, I'm gonna go half here, peeling off half, and it's going to 7.5, re-engaging.
Rising 5.2% extending gains for the third day.
Need to hear sellers. Where are my sellers at? Uh-oh, don't hear sellers. Sellers didn't come in. We got a big red dot with a ready DD that just came in on the 9s. It's feeling risky. It's right before the news. Oy vey.
NQ on the 89.
Hearing popcorn all over the tape. Want to hear sellers, not hearing them.
Enigma long on the
Oh no. Right in front of the news. 2 minutes to the news. Snap, crackle, pop all the way up. Oh, don't crack the cross. All right, cracking through the cross here. Would love to hear those buyers get off the tape for a moment. Large timing. 1 minute to the news.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
1 minute ago now to potentially expecting text from Fed's Goolsbee. Also a minute ago from IMF's Managing Director Georgieva. No indication whether the text is expected for her, but just in case. Seconds.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 39.
Okay, gonna half at POE.
Fib.NQ on the 9.
IMF's Managing Director Georgieva says valuations heading towards dot-com heights of 2000. World economy generally withstood acute strains. World avoided trade war retaliation so far. Easy financial conditions.
Here in buyers, halving getting smaller.
Georgieva says she urges nations to preserve trade.
Divergence down.
Okay, they're launching up, and there's the 11. And they get short up and around that. They hit the red dot up top on the 9s, right in front of the red zone that we talked about before. High time frame. We went into strong buy, so all 4 correlated instruments. Going to see if I can sneak out a little bit on this play here. Okay, I'm peeling half as we come back to my POE because we are still against the strong buy scenario here. Taking half. Remember, they can rush that up into R1.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
Ready DD.
More price pass-through, pushing up inflation. Floods of goods could trigger tariff hikes elsewhere. Sharp corrections in stock market.
They didn't fill me.
Could drag down world growth, hitting developing nations hard.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
Okay, come back to my POE.
17.5% down.
Remember, R1 is still up there, but if everybody's shooting for it, hopefully it will catch a snag. Let's see.
Emerging market economies. Rich and poor nations must consolidate fiscal spending and address excessive imbalances.
Okay, coming on the push. Up into that zone. It's a 5.4. Hearing them on the tape. I'm waiting for them to get off the tape. I want to hear the popcorn stop before I start pressing in for the drop. Looking for 100 ticks from the high. Whatever pivot they show, I'm looking for 100 ticks off of the pivot inside of this zone. Okay, they got off the tape here on a 5.4. Here's where we are. Now I'm going to measure 100 ticks from the pivot. Again, I'm looking for the high pivot.
Again, Georgieva says global economy is faring better than feared despite acute strains from multiple shocks.
Don't like what they're doing there.
J-hook long NQ on the 4.
J-hook with targets 1, 2, and 3 above. It's a lot of risk here for my size here, so I will have to size down if it comes to my POE. Crack. Okay, halving up here. They're gonna keep continuing the push up into R1. There's an 8.9. Nope, I don't think they're going to. I'm going to go all in pretty much right here on that 8.9. Inside of the red zone, the 250 tick zone there. There's the red dot showing up. Okay, there's 20. Nope, they're not going to give more than that. Oh, come on. All right, I'm gonna have to take some off here because it did not come off of strong buy. So I've got to take some at 20. I was hoping to go a little bit farther. Again, I'm looking for a 100 tick move from the high tech. 191 is there. Let me measure to 100 is going to be here for right now. It's right there to the white line. Oh man, you crack me up, bro. Oh, so funny. Okay. 8.9, here we go. Okay, right in front of it. I'm gonna peel another off here. Just in case they're gonna run it. I gave the 8.9 a shot. How far did it go? So from the top to the bottom, it went 57 ticks. Okay, didn't go the full 100. We got a green dot inside, so no surprise. We came red dot, well, green dot, switch dot, and they're pushing, right? So I'm having to hold through here.
NQ on the 39.
Okay, I'm gonna draw a white line here where that big 8-9 is.
So Dell shares extend gains last.
There's a 3 drives. So hoping for the structure is a 3 drive. That's 11, 5, 9 for the 3. Okay, now the bang, what's the bang? Now it's not perfect. It's 5.4 to an 8-9, so I have to keep that in mind. While I'm playing it this way, I'm more skeptical about it because it was not perfect. The perfect ones are like 1 tick more, right? Now the 100 tick is going to be slightly up from it. Approximately here is where I'm looking for a 100 tick return. King timing is still in front of us. This is still just large. King timing opportunity is still ahead. They can launch it up in there. That's why I'm not going full port yet. But everybody, you know, eyes on gawking at that R1. It's a little early to hit that. They're normally going to try to run that between 11 and noon. It depends. It's FOMC day, so I don't think it's going to get there right now. This is just experience talking. Here comes large. Here comes king timing, and I'm hearing seller's step. I'm pressing the button, going 40s. Okay, here we go. I want to see the 100 tick target is down here, 25,190 off of the high tick. High tick is here. 100 ticks is 25,190. If the bulls are going to maintain their control, they'll have to bounce it on the white line. If they're going to hold to continue to run.
Types of alpha crosses, alpha bullish, green, blue, ooh, omega, red, pink, blue, alphas are generally stronger.
Yikes. Oh, don't like that formation. Okay, I'm gonna half up here. Got to get smaller. They want to run. I still think they're going to kind of head fake it in front of the R1. We'll see. There's target 1 reached now on the J hook. Still on strong buy. ES still pointing up. ES just put in a white cross. Let's see. I'm watching eyes on ES at the moment. ES pointing up. So, you know, as I said before, if ES is pointing up, NQ go up. All right, so I'm hoping and just watching for kind of trying to get an estimate on when the ES turns. When the ES turns, then NQ is where I am kind of planning to make that run. on the 89, so high time frame, watching 89. I mean, they've just been printing bars here, right? This is straight up leg.
NQ on the 89.
Scissors. Some straight up leg craziness. Now, it's an S curve, right? S curve. What do I need up here? Pop quiz. What am I looking for on the high time frame?
Enigma long on the NQ.
Who's been hanging out long enough to know what we're looking for right here? Give it a minute so you can think about it. Yeah, stretch to the max. Exactly, Keegs. Yeah, so I'm looking for that snapback, right? Do you finger salute? No. Crown. Eddie got it. Yep, I'm looking for the triple crown. Chat, 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 chat. That's what I'm looking for. We want a triple crown up here. That's the ideal, but it can be a 2-point crown. We've seen it many times. Okay. After one of these, this is all you need to know. I'm going to teach it again. After an S curve, inverted S curve, I want 1, 2, 3, crown. You understand? What am I looking for? I'm eyeballing this. I'm looking for this. You're always like, what comes after this? And Mark is just looking up, 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 up. And greatest fake outs come, and it'll usually look like this before we turn down. I'm saying before we turn down. If I'm looking for a downspout move, again, this thing, who knows how far these S curves can go really, really far. And then there's plenty of time to get in. So just relax. It'll be fine. I don't want to say it'll be fine, but I'm just saying what you're looking for after this S curve, when this monstrosity of a move comes, you're like, well, what comes next? You'll see 3 like head fakes. They want to get everybody continuing to think that it's going up there before the sell pressure comes. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, into R1. Waiting for them to get off the tape. Hearing popcorn. Okay, they're off the tape. I'm going to go back at it. On the ready DD into resistance 1, R1. They brought it all the way up in there. Now, I'm early. Okay, why do I say I know that? Because again, I know it's going to come back up here. How do I know that? Because again, this is not generally not just going to go S curve and then go straight down. Okay, that's not how it works. Okay, it's going to do some head fake number before we do a down move. And the first thing I'm looking for is a triple crown, but I will go in on the second because I have seen many times, just experience talking, that it will do a double. It'll go like head fake. And it has come down before, which surprised me because I was waiting on the third one to kind of go all in. So I'll go all in on the second one, if that makes sense. So high time frame, going to have to keep in mind here with these type of moves. Okay, first set of sellers coming in. I say first set because, again, that's probably not going to be the final set. And there will be, again, there's probably another up move here, another up move inside of this. Let me see if I can set this always on top and leave it right there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to peel some off here because again, we will likely see another head fake pop up. And that's where I'll add. I want to get even a better entry on my position. Would love to have my average price be R1, which is where I currently am at 25, but I want to be bigger than that at R1. So I would love this to push up above R1 at least one more time here. Because again, 89, even as it turns and does its little thing, we want to see multiples. Already kind of seeing it here. Okay, if the triple crown shows here or there, I'm happy to see it. Okay, now I do need to high tick measure. So high tick measure is how many ticks? 100, right? So let's see if I get a 100 measure from the top to, we're going to be down here. No, it's probably, let's see. Okay, the 100 tick is basically right here where this white line is. I'm going to move the white line. There's the 100 tick right there. Remember where we are here. Okay, remember this? Top of the zone.
2-finger NQ on the 39. Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. Fib.NQ on double the delta NQ on the 4.
Okay. So there's part 1. Remember, I'm looking for double crown or triple crown.
Enigma long on the NQ3.
Trying to maximize my entry play on something like this. There's just walking through how I do it. Okay, now that's an Enigma long. If you don't have to know these high time frame structures. You don't have to play it that way. You could just simply, like, you know, we talk about it all the time. Live on T1, T2. You can just take Enigmas. You can just take double cross, double moves. You can take DCRs and hit targets. You can grab 15, 20 baggers, all that kind of whatnot. FOMC at 10.15. What? What? FOMC at what? FOMC at 10.15. What do you... What? Hold on. Where can you tell me where you're... Can you tell me where we're getting at? Okay, here's financial juice. 10. I see something at 10.30. Where are you getting 10.15? What am I missing? I don't see it on this one. I don't see it on this one. 10.15. What? Captain Rex, what is it? Fear of market conditions at 10.15? What? Forex Factory has FOMC at 10.15. All right, let me look. Forex Factory. They are the main guys. Okay, look, you said Forex Factory. Here's Forex Factory. So I have now looked at Forex Factory. I see nothing at 10:15 a.m. What are we saying? What are you saying? Forex Factory. What are we talking about? I see nothing at 10:15. I don't know. I hate to. Anyway, all right. Okay, so I should have added a little bit on that butterfly. Dadgummit. Back to my point of entry. Okay. What's our time? 10:18. Post a screenshot in Discord. Oy vey.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
5, 6. All right, I'm adding here. I have not getting the the best ads here. All right. Okay, I mean, I am even more confused than I was before. You literally, so you post a screenshot. I see nothing at 10:15 a.m. What am I missing? You know that the times are here. Yes, that's 10 p.m. That's 7 a.m. Do you not have it set to Eastern time? Listen, you're in California. Like, look, I get it. You people in California, y'all got to stop smoking the ganja. All right? I don't know what 10:15 you're talking about. You literally even posted a screenshot, and there's nothing there. Okay, if you're saying because you posted it at 10:15, that's the only 10:15 anything close to 10:15 that's going on here. All right, I'm just saying. What? You're like, see? What? Dude, y'all, I am. See it? What? You're talking about this FOMC Logan? What is this? It looks like you've dug into something. I don't know. What? Where's the rest of yours? No data series? What is this? Is this a different day? Ten-year bond auction 1001. I don't know. What is this? What are you looking at? This is a zoomed in screenshot, so I can't tell what you're actually looking at. Is this a different day? Is this from some other day? I don't know. Okay, but yes, I see 10:15. Okay, I got you. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a big trade here, or I was trying to be. Okay. Only look at red and full news. All else is just noise. True. Yes. Thank you right now. All right. Okay. Here we go. What am I looking at? Is this the 100 tick line? Yeah, but I took too much heat prior for me to be too terribly excited about this, and I didn't get my proper size to make up for it. So let's see, got my work cut out for me here. We are dropping. Okay, that was the 100 tick. They didn't hold on to it. Okay, so I can start looking for positions to add. They did not hold the 100 tick. Bulls are no longer in control. Man of Gold called it. 2-finger salute. Sure, I'll take a 2-finger salute up there. So they did the double tap and they came down. We're at the bottom. There we go. We're going. And I mean, I'm basically just I'm just basically back at break even. Sucks for me. All right. Did not play that well. Oh, okay. I'm going to blame massive distractions on that one. I don't, Captain Rex, I don't want you to feel bad. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm just calling it what it is. All right. You know, you got to be around. Yeah, I think you've been around long enough to know better. Like, whatever, if you're still playing over here like you don't know how to look at and use your newsrooms, and you're still asking like very basic stuff, I don't know how to help you on that. But like, yeah. Anyhow, and the thing is like, I know you've been around a while, so I'm trying to trust you, right? I'm trying to go, okay, well, I must, and sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss things, and anyhow. You had to be in a full panic there. So anyhow, folks, I should have been way up on that play. That was a beautiful play set up there. I was not able to capitalize on it. I hope you guys did. Man, whew. Okay, I'm going to play a little bit more later today. I do have some stuff I got to take care of here today. This Friday is going to be an amazing opportunity. It is 10/10. This is our 10th year, folks. 10/10 in our 10th year. It's going to be super exciting. If you've been on the fence waiting to get involved with us, start your 8-day boot camp. We have now taken the first 2 videos of the 8-day boot camp are fully cut. We'll have some more cuts on those videos. I will try to get more of those done here in the next few days. On 10/10, we'll have some amazing discounted offers. If you're an affiliate, start telling your folks, hey, come Friday. You don't want to miss it. We're going to be doing giveaways on Friday. We are going to have a really good time on Friday into the weekend. Special offers coming. Couple more days left. Get into the 8-day boot camp. If you decide to join in with us, remember there is a full 40-day training program prior to that. All that kind of good stuff. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. I might do the afternoon. Just depends. I will let you guys know. Keep up in Discord. Head in to there and get your free training on the website. Full documentation there on the website as well. All right. I got to run. See ya.